Campbelltown has now been proclaimed a city, for which it has received much recognition. But the recognition of Campbelltown goes back quite some time. In fact, Campbelltown boasts one of the world-famous ghosts of all time. It is here at Fisher's Ghost Creek that the story began about 135 years ago. It appears that a farmer called Frederick Fisher disappeared from Campbelltown and was not seen again, alive. Now, his neighbour, called Worrell, claimed that he'd gone back to England and then proceeded to sell up all his assets. About 4 months later, a man staggered into a pub in Campbelltown and claimed that he'd seen the ghost of Fisher, what he thought was the ghost of Fisher anyway, sitting on the bridge here at Campbelltown. Now, the ghost had pointed down the creek and then faded away. A search a little later by a number of men found the body of Fisher buried just down this creek. Worrell was arrested and subsequently tried and convicted of the murder of Fisher and hanged. But whether it's a true story or not remains to be seen and will always be a mystery to the people of Campbelltown. Mr. Daly, how many people are living in Campbelltown now?
Approximately 29,000.
Now, it takes 15,000 people to make a city. Why wasn't Campbelltown proclaimed earlier than this?
Because it must have more than population. It must be an independent centre, both from the point of view of commercial activities and industry.
In what way do you qualify for this now?
Well, it was only in the latter part of 1967 that the Minister for Local Government agreed that Campbelltown, from the point of view of industry, had qualified for this distinction of being proclaimed a city.
Mr. Daly, what industries do you have in Campbelltown at present?
Crompton Parkinson would be the largest of the industries, followed by Nile Industries, which is a textile factory. Together, they would employ approximately 1,100 persons. But in recent months, Council has sold quite a lot of industrial land which has been acquired over a number of years, and some quite large industries will be established in the very near future.
So you have prospects of this becoming a very big industrial area?
Yes, definitely.
Is the Council pressing for this type of development?
Yes, and has been supported particularly well by the State Planning Authority in the development of this area, both industrially and residentially.
Is Campbelltown eligible for the Country Assistance Act?
Unfortunately, no, because it is within the County of Cumberland.
I see. So they don't get any assistance whatsoever from the government to establish industries here?
No, that is correct.
Mr. Daly, most of the people living in Campbelltown, are they employed locally or do they commute to Sydney each day for their jobs?
The majority of them would commute to Sydney. Approximately 2,000 a day would travel by rail to the city areas, or say to Liverpool and beyond. But the advantage of local industry here is the content of female labour which is provided in these two principal industries which I have mentioned.
Do you think being so close to Sydney will ever hold back Campbelltown?
I think it is more likely to assist in the development of Campbelltown, because with the electrification of the line, more people will be interested in coming to work in industries which will be established in Campbelltown in the future.
And do you think Campbelltown could become a satellite city of Sydney?
Well, I'm sure of it, because it is being planned for development along those lines. There's not the slightest doubt that by the year 2000, that Campbelltown will have a population of approximately 250,000.
What planning is taking place in regard to housing all these people?
We have quite a number of large developers who are interested in the future of this satellite city.